Because the Jets, could have had Lamar back in the day, but they chose Sam Darnold instead. But they also overlooked Josh Allen at the time, too. So that's kind of the door
Don't
that
play
you're opening
results.
up. Okay.
Don't play results.
Okay, very good. But Lamar at the time. And I'll never forget that draft as well. I think what did the Saints trade up for somebody?
Marcus Davenport.
Right. And we all thought, there goes Lamar to New Orleans.
That is what we thought, yeah.
And he wound up being there. Look, and here's my concern for anybody, and this is what the Ravens have to figure out, too. It's what Tarico just referred to, Jessica. The best ability is someone's availability. And for the second straight year, it looks like Lamar Jackson is going to finish this season hurt. And he's going to finish this season watching his teammates finish the season without him. And that's something that the Ravens will have to take into account. And I would be very wary of that. And thank you for the phone call. I started this program by saying that the Ravens will praise him to the rafters whenever you speak to them off camera, and away. And you could sit here and say to them that has to be one of the most rehearsed lines of anybody, because there has to be something that drives them crazy, whether it's his style of play sometimes not working out, or it's because he is so instinctive on the field. It works great in one aspect and it doesn't in the other. I told a story to start the program where John Harbaugh says he gets the same line from Lamar when he makes a great play as when he makes a play that makes a head scratcher, or I'm just playing ball, coach. How long can somebody be sustained at a successful level in the NFL if you are playing instinctively? I'm not saying he doesn't come prepared. Clearly, every quarterback spends tons of time in the film room and knows tendencies. But when push comes to shove and your big plays are more instinctively rather than stepping back and making throws in the pocket. And Harbaugh said this as well in that meeting that I was referring to earlier on in the first hour of this program when we first heard that Lamar might not play, is that he said that the Ravens have thought about it, and he's thought about it, that to succeed in the NFL with your pocket passers in the NFL, that you have to get somebody who's just as much of a unicorn as Lamar. That you have to find that person as well. And he thinks that the way that they're playing with somebody as good as Lamar is definitely sustainable long-term, more so than, or successful in the short term and long term, more so than trying to find the pocket passer that you could see the rest of the league is desperately trying to find and don't. That when you have somebody like Lamar, you should change your style to this rather than hoping to find the unicorn in the draft that so many teams try to find and don't have. And I found that interesting as well. And they feel like they're striking a blow for the game with Lamar, with a style of Lamar's game. Certainly when people thought Lamar should have been a receiver at the combine instead of a quarterback, that they are planting a flag for the game by sticking with Lamar and believing in Lamar. And I'm just, again, wondering if his inability to be available potentially for the second straight time to end the season will affect any of that thinking, because they love him. And I'm telling you, off camera, there's not a hint of, the rehab's not going because Lamar's maybe not doing this or that, the other thing. Or, you know what, like Lamar's this or that, the other thing. Or maybe it is the contract. Nothing. I mean, when I say nothing, I mean zero. And this is a league where everybody talks. Everybody.
And that's fine and good. They can like him all they want, but we're a few days from Brock Purdy having the same number of playoff wins as Lamar.
That's correct. Yes, sir. You got the John Harbaugh sound, if you don't mind, from the other day. This is what he had to say when asked how Lamar's spirits were as he was going through clearly a rehab process that's taken way longer than anybody thought.
Lamar's been in great spirits. I mean, he has been. He's been working super hard. He's out there again today. I mean, I don't watch the workouts with the trainers. It's with the trainers, and And hopefully it's progressing to the point where he can get to practice at some time soon. I mean, that's really what we're all hoping for sure, you know. And when we have something to report on that, we will, honestly. I mean, it's just the truth of it. But he's been great. He's always in good spirits. You know, he wants to play. There's no doubt. That's my feeling. You know, I'm a Lamar. You know, I love Lamar. I love Lamar.
There it is.
Everything about Lamar. Always have, always will. So he's working hard. Been in good spirits.
I mean, you hear that every time.
And my point in bringing that up is that, look, you got a guy, Brock Purdy, who's the last pick of the draft.
Sure.
Lamar, who's a Heisman Trophy winner, and they're going to have similar career results. Like, evaluating the quarterback position is the most difficult thing to do.
No doubt.
In all of sports. You see people fail at it time and time again. Like Zach Wilson, all the pedigree, all the accolades. Number 2 pick in the draft, can't win games.
Would you take him? Looks like New England might be in the market. Would you take him?
Lamar Jackson?
Yes, sir.
You know, I was
You
kind
got
of
to pay. Know what you got to
interested
pay.
in Lamar, you know, during that draft of Bill moving up and kind of just doing something different. Like I said, I wanted Justin Fields a couple years ago. I want something different than what New England has had the last 20, well, maybe 30 years.
And
going
that's
back
why
to
the
Drew
Ravens
Bledsoe.
did. That's why the Ravens did that in a way. And it's in the same way, like the pocket passer. As he said, it's so difficult to find that pocket passer. So let's go differently when we have somebody like a unicorn like Lamar. Might have been somehow informed in the fact that Flacco, they found wasn't sustainable long term. They had that guy in Flacco.
Yeah, and it's funny what is ending up being sustainable. You know, I said something about Fields being, you know, missing time because of injury.
Right.
He missed the same number of games this year as Mac Jones, who's a quote-unquote pocket passer. It's like, it's really hard to evaluate. You have to have the right system, and you have to be willing to go all in on your guy and to change your offensive way of thinking to fit his specific skill set. And the Ravens have done that. It's been successful. Obviously, an MVP. They've won a playoff game. But the last 2 years, he's missed the end of the season and has not been available. So what exactly is the answer moving forward? It's really hard to tell.
If he becomes available for the Jets, I just don't think, you know, if you're going to spend $35-40 million a year on that position,
What, you want to guarantee that it's going to be for 16 games?
it's got to be
17 games?
it's got to be for somebody that that's kind of already proven themselves. And right now, the last 2 years, that'd be very difficult for me to do that right now.
Yeah, we're now 4 seasons removed from his MVP.
I'm now these last 2 years would give me pause. It really would. Certainly when Brock Purdy, you choose somebody the last pick in the draft, you surround him with what you need to surround him with and go to work.
Brock Purdy now has the 4th best Super Bowl MVP odds. That is insane. Nobody knew who the guy was 2 months ago.
So that mean he's a lock for Offensive Rookie of the Year?
I would
Wouldn't you think?
say no.
Again, though, we're talking about Brock Purdy like he's going out there like a one-on-one confrontation. It's not. He's got a defense that is unbelievable.
Oh, no doubt.
So
which is why
when
you're
we're-
allowed. Which
we're
is why you
saying,
can play
like,
him there. Yes.
Yeah, and the whole. I don't know how I feel about this, like putting everything on the quarterback thing. Like saying,
Well,
this guy was Mr. Relevant.
excuse me.
He's the reason.
The Ravens have a heck of a defense. They have got a championship defense, and Roquan Smith. I can't wait to see what Roquan Smith looks like paid. By the way, that's going to be big on Sunday night. He's been paid, and I bet you that is
Quan,
and
Rich.
right. Quan.
Quan, our
he's
boy.
got he's got the Quan as well
He's
now
got
in
the
his bank
Quan, yeah.
account, and he's gonna and yes, this is his first playoff game too. That's a big factor, and if Lamar can come back, oh my goodness. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.